Hey, hello everyone. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. So this is actually going to be a very quick Q&A session because obviously this has been really great getting the feedback from the announcement and the launch of the Speaker Career Launch Accelerator program. And of course, there's still a couple of you that are still on the fence, still have questions, and a lot of it is obvious questions and obvious answers. So I want to be able to provide that information to you today on this live. So that way, if there was something holding you back because of a question that went unanswered, I'm here to give you that information that you so need. So, with that said, I'm going to quickly go over a little bit about the program, what you get for joining me live for the next couple of weeks until the end of the year. So, you're going to end the year with me coaching and mentor you to help you get booked for speaking engagements. I'm also going to share a little bit with you why I think this is really important that you build in public speaking into your visibility strategy within your career, especially with the way the world is moving. Like, if you do not have strategic steps in really creating visibility for yourself, unfortunately, despite your talent and your expertise, you will not get the opportunities that you desire, or in many respects that you need to sustainably financially secure yourself over the next couple of years. So we'll talk a little bit about that, a little bit more information about the logisticals around the dates, the commitment, because obviously, unlike other influencers in the space, I love hosting these programs live because I love coaching, supporting you along any challenge journey that you have. And so I will share a little bit about the logistics in terms of your expectations for the program, so you can see if this is something that would be a good fit for your schedule as well. So without further ado, let's dive right in. All right. So first and foremost, I announced the Paid Speaker Career Accelerator program for two reasons. One, as someone who's been speaking at a lot of different events over the past 2 years, I am actually frustrated with the low visibility of particularly Black female influencers, African Americans, people of color, and people of note that I noticed that clearly if they were able to speak at events, it would not only change the dynamic of a lot of the events that I've attended in the past, but it will add color to a lot of content information that you see at events. We all know events right now are fairly heavily dominated by a certain type of profile, and we know what those are. So I just got frustrated always being in the green room, being sometimes the only person of color or female, whatever dynamic you could think of. I was tired of being the only one. So it was actually born out of frustration. That's one. Second, as I built my brand over the past couple of years, many of you know that I have an international brand. I've worked really hard to build that. One of the greatest secrets to my success in adding global visibility to my career that helped me launch business ventures, opportunities, projects, initiatives, all of the above, was essentially being able to be a public speaker and getting paid to speak at events. And so I am literally on a mission to support influencers, CEOs, entrepreneurs, people who know that they have great expertise, but are stuck in a rut in trying to figure out how to get on event circuits to get that visibility that I believe that they deserve. So those are two critical reasons why I personally launched this program: frustration and fulfilling a gap in the market and really serving people the way I know how to best serve them with my expertise. On the flip side, for you guys, obviously I've been managing my community for years now. You guys ask this, right? Many of you say, hey, Christine, you're really great with personal branding, and I love learning personal branding tips and tricks and strategies and insights with you. But can you specifically talk, how do you get on these stages? How do you get booked? How do you get contracts? How do you find opportunities? Do you have a team? Are you doing solo? Like, literally, if you look at my inbox and my DMs and my messages, it's probably the majority of it is all around how do I get booked for engagements like you do, right? And so the other side of this is really answering your questions and facilitating growth for you through this program. So this is how this program was born. It wasn't something that I looked at the market and like, hey, this might be great. No. I don't do that because obviously many of you know I'm a serial entrepreneur. I have businesses to run. If I'm launching a program, it was mainly because of the request and maybe because I know I could serve that request based on my expertise and my enthusiasm and passion for the subject. So I wanted to start there because there were a lot of questions around that. And you could tell I'm really excited about, really sharing knowledge and expertise. I've run 2 boot camp challenges this year, only twice. So it's not something I do year round. Twice I did a boot camp around this conversation. One was the Paid Speaker Career Accelerator Career Launch Challenge back in, I believe, like May. And then most recently last week, Get Booked to Speak Boot Camp. And these initiatives, I think the elephant is in the room. Everyone's doing a challenge. Everyone is doing multi-day training. And at the end of the training, they try to sell you something. That wasn't my motive. Obviously, I want to be able to monetize my expertise. I'm not going to beat around the bush. However, I enjoy giving people the knowledge and expertise that I know they will not find on the internet. Okay. And so part of my mission is obviously getting the knowledge of how to go through this process to as many people as possible. And for those who want help with implementing that, I'm not cheap. I'm not going to do that for free to just get you behind, a computer to get out there and get the information that you need to put it out there. I always tell people I am not the most affordable option. I am the best option, because when I coach, when I mentor, when I put my time and energy, I put all of it into that, right? And so I want to make sure you understand that the call to action at the end of these boot camps, you have everything you need to move forward. But if you need support to actually implement it, do it. If you're tired one week and you need someone to say, get up in you, like, no, we got to get these emails out. We got to call this person. Look, I see you got inbound. Let me help you respond to it. Like, that's where I come in. Right. And I want to help you do that. And a lot of people have said that when they work with me, not only do they get results on public speaking and getting books and getting paid, but also they get a different frame of thinking, because I'm very strategic with my approach. And I want to share that insight with you. So that way, at the end of this program, you are able to do your own thing and really customize it to you. So just want to share my background and really sharing this thought leadership for a while. And for someone who's been in the circuit for over 10 years, I will tell you, every single challenge that you are going through in terms of getting booked and getting paid to speak, I have been there. Okay. I've been there. I literally, like, when I first showed this slide, people were just like, oh my God, you in my head. You know what we're going through. Like, and I was shocked that people had such a big reaction to these problem issues that people are facing, because you guys see me on global stages all the time. So you probably think I'm disconnected to my audience. I document a lot. Like, I got diaries and black books on my journey on starting a business, starting a summit, starting an initiative, and starting my speaking career. So these are things that I always document. That's the reason why don't teach something that you haven't documented and haven't proven over and over. And so I know what you're going through. I've been there before. So I'm speaking not from theory, I'm speaking from experience. And I'm also speaking from frustration. I know what's frustrating the ish out of you right now when it comes to getting booked to speak and adding visibility to your expertise. And let me be real, like, a lot of these events, they're looking for you. That's another thing. Like, I actually win by training people to get booked and get paid to speak. Event organizers, every single year, there are thousands of event bookers that are struggling to find new voices to come on their global stages. I'm telling you, there is a big gap in the market. And you do not understand how much of a need that needs to be fulfilled right now with you coming on these stages and sharing your thought leadership, your journey. So that serves obviously the event booking industry, but also the audiences that you're going to really inspire with your expertise. It's bars to none, a really great match in heaven in terms of all parties involved with this conversation. And so I understand the challenges that you face, and I also understand the solutions that you need to take on to be able to eliminate those challenges, or at least evolve for those challenges. I always tell people, as you get more and more, if you notice the evolution of the challenges too, you went from not knowing where to start. How do I even find a speaking engagement, period? I'm lost and confused as to what to do. Is it like a planning issue? To, I'm getting opportunities, but I don't know what the hell I'm doing to manage it and make it consistent, right? Where you're getting bombarded, but that's mainly a project management issue. And for some of you, maybe you're in the middle because you are getting invitations, but you're not getting paid invitations. So you got a positioning issue because you don't have a product. I mean, wherever you start in the gamut, I've been through the journey. I'm going to walk you through that journey, whether you're starting out for the first time or whether you're in the circuit, you're getting attention, you're getting speaking engagements, but it's just not consistent. And it's really frustrating the hell out of you. So I understand the challenges that you're going through. Hence the reason why I also understand the evolution that many of you are experiencing right now in the global speaker circuit. Some of you have told me plain out, and I've been there before, where this is how a lot of people start or break into public speaking. They usually start by accident. Let's say maybe somebody invited them to speak. Maybe it's at the university or at a program, or maybe they accidentally, got a really great opportunity to pitch themselves and someone gave them the chance, right? It usually starts not on purpose. Majority of the time. Okay. And then you end up doing your first gig, and then you start doing several gigs, because sometimes you get into a circuit, whether it's frequently where you're getting multiple engagements in a year or over the years, you're there. You've been through the process a couple of times for some of you. And what happens is maybe once you might get an honorarium, maybe you might get paid to speak. And then you get excited and you're like, okay, I'm a speaker now. So you put your profile out there, you showcase who you are, you promote yourself as a speaker. But you're frustrated because it's like, look, it's not happening. Like, I'm stuck somewhere. Like, there's a disconnect, right? And so for many of you, you end up consistently now just keep doing free gigs, and you're on this hamster wheel where you're just like, I am completely annoyed at this point because I've run the reps and I'm not getting any opportunity. So there's no planning, there's no positioning, there's no purpose driven any strategy into this entire process. And that not only gets overwhelming, it gets frustrating. It will affect your mental health after a while because you start questioning your value. You start questioning your expertise. You start questioning yourself. I've been there before, especially when you know you're good at your content, you're good at your expertise. Like that's the worst. You know, if you're a bullshitter, like this conversation is not for you. Get off my life. Okay. But if this is you and you know that, look, I got the goods. Like I may be shy about my goods, but I got the goods. I really am a thought leader. I do have content to share. I do have a journey. I do know my experience could serve others. And it's not hitting the mark when it comes to getting booked to speak. I understand that. And part of it is because Google it right now, go on YouTube. You will rarely find someone who will walk you through from start to finish the entire process of finding an opportunity, reaching out, closing the engagement, getting the contract, getting paid, and delivering. Okay. And so I want to make sure to not only show you the process, which I've done already in plenty of my lives, but help you do it. Seeing is one thing, doing it is another thing, because you're going to see, oh, my cadence, when I say it this way, it gets me a higher booking rates with event organizers in New York versus my cadence when I speak in this email, it gets me a higher cadence with internationals. Right. So these are the things I want to walk you through and customize for you too, as well, because each one of you, even though you're going through the same challenges and journeys, that's why I do my course very small. Some of you might have specific issues and challenges that I could zone in on in this program. Okay. And so with that said, I just want to, tell you that this visual where I'm at as a speaker, I'm speaking at multiple events, especially mega events around the world. I have learned that to get to this point, this is the procedure that you need to follow. Okay. And this is a simple 5-step process that I'm going to zone in on during the Speaker Career Accelerator program, where over the next 5 weeks, as we end the year together from November into mid-December, I'm going to share with you how to really find a purpose for why you're speaking. Because when you have a purpose for public speaking, it resonates in your energy. Because let me tell you, when you're struggling, that shows in your energy, FYI. Okay. You don't want to be someone who is fighting for opportunities. You want to be someone who is gaining and magnetic for opportunities, where it reciprocates, your value is being reciprocated, where people want to engage with you and excited to work with you. Okay. And then the second step is, really helping you hone in on your product, which is your signature talk. Some of you might have a signature talk. You need to have it refined. Maybe you need to do a second one or a third one. You should have up to 3 max. And I have 3 signature talks I get booked on. One is Entrepreneurship Without Borders for my conference and tech ecosystem clients. I have Authentic Transformational Leadership for my government clients, especially for youth development work across the African and Caribbean continent. And one is for personal branding and leadership for my corporate clients. That's me. This is within 10 years in the making that I've created those signature talks. But when I first got started, it was just Entrepreneurship Beyond Borders, which was one signature talk. And that got me booked. Okay. So these are the things I'm going to help you craft specifically for you. We're going to get your signature talk created. And then we're going to think about your positioning and actually literally your social media profiles won't be the same at the end of this program, because we're going to make sure that we get all your social media profiles positioned and for not only opportunities, but to be magnetic, where people are DMing you for opportunities to speak. Okay. And then here's where the tipping point comes in, because stage 1, 2, and 3 that I just show you, your purpose, your product positioning, that will get you booked on a regular basis. And for some people that come through the program, all they want is to get booked consistently, so that way they can, practice their craft, because you do have to do a couple of free engagements to build your craft and really get noticed. Okay. The tipping point is where I show you how to now get paid to speak. And that's the beauty of it, where I show you how to create the proposal that will get you booked, because now you crafted why your talk, which is your product, is actually valuable. And I'll give you the templates to be able to do that and execute. And the process, which is finally where I will show you how to create a continuous pipeline. So that way you don't need any other program, any other subscription, anything to find engagements. You'll be able to organically find engagements, primarily through LinkedIn and other databases that you will find, to eventually get to the point where you're getting consistent booking fees, where a bureau will even want to pick you up, because now they could charge the 25%, 15%, 30% plus commissions, because you are hitting 15K, 20K, even upwards in terms of speaker fees for your craft. Okay. So with that said, the last thing I want to share with you is like, this is the curriculum that we're going to follow during the program. We're going to have 10 sessions for the program where we're going to go live for about 2 hours a week. Okay. And we're going to go over this process step by step. I'm going to look at where your career is right now, because I always want to take a holistic picture of who you are and where you're coming from in order for me to get down to business and helping you position yourself. So that way it blends well with the rest of the things that you're doing in your career. So if you're an entrepreneur, how do we craft public speaking to that? If you are a corporate professional, how do we make sure that aligns with public speaking? All of the above, because I know, again, when you're entering a strategic decision in your life, we got to look at how it fits, and I will help you even elevate where you are through this opportunity. This is something that's really important to me, that I show you how to elevate your status through this strategy that we're going to implement when it comes to elevating your career through public speaking. So this is the, strategic 10 sessions that we're going to cover. And if you realize, it's very hands-on, it's very workshop heavy, and it's very strategic, tangible, practical. It's not theory. We're going to be creating your launch kit, creating your signature talk, updating your LinkedIn profile, getting your speaker demo reel done, like literally reaching out. We're going to be together, doing the emails together live, reaching out to event organizers, getting booked, getting opportunities, reaching out. You got, probably some of you will get scared, like, yo, I got booked. I don't know how to prepare my presentation. I will help you, right? So this is very important that you understand that. And of course, really leveraging your social media profiles. We're going to zone in on LinkedIn. Probably just the LinkedIn audit and customization in this program is enough to really give you the whole value of the program, because this one, once this is optimized, not only are you going to get speaking engagements, so you're going to get brand deals, because when your LinkedIn is optimized, the opportunities that come your way is quite amazing. And what I will say is, the last thing I would say is that because we're going to start really honing in on your craft and creating that signature talk, you're going to see that you're going to be able to charge higher for your speaker fees, because the way we're going to position you is that you're not going to come off as a novice. Some of you are experienced, but you come off as a novice and you don't even realize it, right? We'll make sure to show you how to monetize your expertise properly. And as something that's going to be really interesting is, I'm going to show you how to monetize your expertise through public speaking, but we'll do a little bit of a conversation on personal branding, on how to also monetize your signature talks through your own internal process, through webinars and courses, just a little bit, because I don't want to overwhelm you through the program, but we will touch upon it, because this is a component of personal branding, and to make sure that you're monetizing at different levels. And to give you a strategic example of how we're going to marry the two, there will be engagements that you will do for free. There's nothing wrong with that. But I will show you how to even monetize free engagements. Okay. I will show you an example how, like, for example, I got booked to speak at an event just last month. I did the event for free because I have a quota of free events that I do per year that strategically align with my mission. And at the event, they had about 500 people. I had a core product that was selling for $100. I made, guess what? They obviously covered my travel and expenses and everything, and maybe had a great time. But from that free engagement, I was able to generate about 14,300 or so from that event, right? Because I was able to convert. Because keep in mind, not only did I have a barcode to show people how to connect with me after the event, they were resharing the clips that I was showing at the end of the event, because you got to be very quick. I show you how to record your speaking engagements and use that to get more bookings or get more sales immediately after doing an event, right? So these are strategic small secrets that I love to share during the program to make sure that you have that opportunity. Okay. So with that said, the last thing I will say is that, look, obviously I've been doing this for several years. Many of you know me, so you know that I've not only spoken at hundreds of different conferences, I've also been an event booker. So I see both sides of the equation. So you're going to benefit a lot from that. Okay. And obviously I share with you that you're going to get a lot from the program in terms of the modules. But the last thing I will say is the logistics, because I know you probably have a lot of questions around the logistics. The first session begins next week, Tuesday, from 11 to 12 p.m. And then it continues from Saturday onwards. So our core programs are on Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., 2 hours with breaks in between. And our implementation sessions are on Tuesday. So next Tuesday, it's really orientation and getting you ready, so that way I could because when you get booked into the program, we send you a form, we audit your profile, and we start immediately as a team, me leading that, like going over your profile to make sure that we have a customized approach. And all paid in full members get 2 by the way, 2 private one-on-one coaching calls with me to be strategically aligned with your strategic steps that we need to do for your profile specifically. Okay, so we start next Tuesday. Tuesday is the first session. And then it's Saturdays from there with optional Tuesday sessions for 1 hour from 11 to 12. And you might think, oh, but the Saturday sessions are enough. Listen, I've been in this to know that sometimes people need help with, I'm getting stuck with the tech. I need help with ConvertKit. I need help with Yesware. I need help with Gmail. Can you help me with that? I help you do that. Some people say look, I don't need a tech demo today. Next week they may say, hey, I need help with just the outreach. I'm getting responses from my outreach. I reached out to 20 event bookers. 6 of them responded. I don't know what to say. I'm about to get on a call with 3 of them. What do I say? So sometimes I might even not only give you the scripts for responding to them, but I might say, hey, do you want me to be on the call in the background to help you go through the first one so we could craft that together, right? So these are things where I've noticed implementation sessions are very powerful. You don't need to go through all of them, but it's there at your disposal. And last but not least, we're going to be going from Saturdays from November to mid-December. The last session is actually Tuesday, December 10th, I believe. Then you're going to take a break. You're going to apply what you learn. And I'm going to check in with you in January to make sure that you're executing and you're getting the bookings that you're looking for. And then do another check-in in February. So I have 2 check-in sessions even after you're done with the program. I do this a lot because I know that sometimes when you go back to business as usual, I want to keep the fire under you and I want to make sure that you're still focused. A lot of you won't need it, but some of you, sometimes you just want to just have a group conversation and say, hey, this is what I'm going through. We'll love your feedback. Or, hey, I want to share my wins. I'm doing really well. And those ones are the best when people come back and just tell me their wins and say, Christine, I'm getting great engagement here. What should I do next? What should I do next? And so I love doing that. So this is the benefits. 3 things. You get in the core sessions, 10 live sessions, and obviously the recordings are all in the templates and the spreadsheets. Everything you need to do and execute, you'll have that there. Second, you have the optional implementation sessions on Tuesdays. And then you have the post-program sessions that I will have with you, which is once a month, January and February, to make sure that you're on point and still continue into 25 to make sure that your goals are fulfilled. Those are obviously bar none. I want to conclude by saying this. You guys lucky I care, because I want to make this very, very clear that in the market right now, if you look at the ecosystem right now, when it comes to courses and content, everything is pre-recorded. You don't have live engagements. I already told you this is a live series, so you're going to be able to ask me as many questions and execute with me live. So already that is worth 5 times the price that you're paying for this program. That's one. Second, for those of you who pay in full, you also get the opportunity to have 2 one-on-one private consulting sessions with me. Again, I charge $10,000 an hour for a speaking engagement minimum. So this is literally not a joke. I will be there for you to help you with that. And the last thing I would say, for some of you who are saying okay, why are you giving it your all? Why do you care? Because I told you my frustration with the market. I'm going to change that, right? So when you're passionate about a mission or you're passionate about a subject matter, you're going to go all in. And this is my first year doing this. That's another benefit too. Maybe I might adjust my process starting in 2025, right? But this is my first year doing this program like this, right? And so I want to give it my all, not only because that's who I am, but because I really care about the outcome, because I want to make sure you walk away with value, okay? So I just want to share all that. Now we are at the 25-minute mark for this, and I want to now answer any questions that you guys have before we go off, so you can have the recordings, read through, and see where you need to be. So let me see if there are any questions. Yes, it's actually a question. Great. Oh, okay. So when does the first session begin? Great question. I actually answered that. So the first session begins next week on Tuesday, and the first core implement session is on Saturday. I believe that is the 7th or something like that. You'll get the calendar invite, but the first session that we go live is next Tuesday. So this is why. Yes. Oh, I forgot to mention. This is why we close registrations today. Okay, because obviously we're getting ready for the cohort to start on Tuesday. So great question. Any other questions on the session? I don't see other questions. I see DMs. I could try to read them, but one of the DMs I'm seeing right now is a question regarding how many sessions do you have? And yes, I answered that as well. We have 10 signature sessions. And obviously it will walk you through the entire process. So being that I don't see any other questions, the last thing I will say is like, look, it's time, right? You're here for a reason. You are frustrated with where you're at. You want to, move forward, and you need someone to help you. I would love to be that mentor. I would love to be that supporter. Those of you who know my character and know my profile, you've probably been following me for years and seen me. When I say I put my energy into something, I do put my energy into it. If you've seen how I put my energy into webinars, you see how I put my energy into my signature programs. And so obviously, this is something that I hope that will serve you really well. And I know it will, because I know what public speaking I've done for my career. And I know what it's done for people that I work with who have said, Christine, this has really changed my life. And I want to do that for you. So let's get started. Let's get you booked and on stage and paid. Let's get you visibility. Let's change the trajectory of your career. Let's make magic happen into the future. So I'm so excited. Again, I wanted to come on this live, answer any final questions on video so you can have it there tangibly for you to see and be able to move forward with. And so I'm looking forward to seeing all of you on the other side of this program. I think this is going to be a phenomenal opportunity for you in your future, and I look forward to being a part of it. See you soon. Bye.
Christine and Tim.
Christine, Sofran, Ntim.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.